Hi. How are you, everyone? It's good
Oh
to
my
see
word.
you.
It's been a long time since we've had a fan chat. It's about time.
I know. Hey, Liz.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, Liz.
Hi, everyone.
hey.
Hi. Hi, Julie.
Good evening.
Hello,
Harriet.
good evening. How are you, Liz?
I'm fine, thank you. All good. How are you?
Very well, just hot.
It's
Hot.
hot where
Cold.
you are, right?
Yeah. Hot in South Africa. Cold in
Hot
Europe.
and yeah, we need a little bit of that cold.
Well, we're
And
we're
we've
supposed to
got
get
the snow
cold.
out there. You can see it.
Everybody blow
It's
towards Harriet.
Yeah, I know. It's like, here you go, take it,
I, I,
take.
I can I can see the snow through the windows. Oh my word. I've
Exactly.
never
I
experienced
give it pointing this way, it's that way. Yes.
yeah.
oh,
Oh,
It's
that's
that's
very cold. It's yesterday it hit -8 Fahrenheit, which is like it's like -22.2 or something like that in the Celsius. So that's pretty intense.
well, right now it is 54 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy.
That's nice. That's
Tomorrow
all.
they're expecting us to reach a record high of 72, and then a storm is supposed to be coming through
yeah.
sometime tomorrow, and it will drop to 22 degrees by nightfall. So we'll lose
Mm.
50 degrees during the day in a storm, as
Oh my
long as it
goodness.
doesn't
Yeah.
have thunder and lightning. I don't want to go through another thunder snow.
Oh dear. You know, here in America on the two coasts, there are two different storms happening. There's the rainstorms, really bad rainstorms on the west coast with mudslides and just horrendous things. They show them on the news. People's houses are like covered with mud. It's like
Saw it.
horrible. And
Yeah.
here we have snow. Here on the east coast, we have really hard snow, cold, the polar vortex. You've heard about the
Well, yeah,
polar vortex. Yeah,
it's supposed to dip down and get us
yeah,
tomorrow. But I mean, we had pleasant weather for the last week, which is nice. I mean, it's been nice for the doggies to go outside.
it's true. I know
Um,
it's been really cold. This is a very cold no December. I mean, usually it gets most cold in the coldest part here, at least in Vermont, it's in January. So it gets to be, but this has been a really cold December, unusually so. So, oh boy. It's like who knows what's happening, weather, climates, changing, things are happening weirdly, strange big fluctuations, but hey, what can we do, right?
we generally get, I mean, we get a cold spell. Now we had cold, not as cold as you, mind you. Um, but we had cold. It was in the teens, but no minuses. Um, we would have to, I'd have to buy little booties
Yeah.
for the doggies.
I know some people, like people in Alaska, they definitely have to have their dogs get the little shoes. So
I
any
remember
creature going out there,
Craig mentioning the fact that he had special little shoes for his
oh yes,
for.
Stanley, Craig Martell, author Craig
Mm-hmm.
Martell. Yeah, he's got his little dog Stanley. When he goes out in the cold, he gets the snowshoes. There, I think he's in Fairbanks. That's like really, cold. Yeah. Where are you guys? We know where Liz is having. How is Greece right now? Is it kind of
We're getting a bit of
just chilly
a
or?
polar vortex cold
Oh,
spell as well.
you
Not
are. Wow.
snow in the north of Greece, but not down where we are.
Right.
But north winds and cooler temperatures Nothing below 0 though.
Right. It's still for you, it's like unusual, right? For Greece, that would be quite
Not that unusual.
right.
Typical. Yeah, not that unusual. We can be warmer, but not.
Right.
But not. We can be colder too.
Right.
Yeah.
UK, where I am, is currently about 6 degrees Celsius centigrade. It's going to be below
bad.
freezing next week.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's about what we are here in Wisconsin. It's 39 degrees right now at Fahrenheit, which is probably about 6 or 5 or 4 degrees
Right.
Celsius. Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Well, I hope everybody is having a good rest of the year. Holidays, the holiday week is winding down. We still have, a couple of days left, but it's relaxation time. At least people
Yeah.
don't have to go. Most people, some people still go in the cold or the hot weather, but at least people can hunker down if it gets really intense. So,
Yeah.
I haven't been anywhere since Wednesday. I haven't left my place. Had no reason to go anywhere.
yeah, I get that. I went to the store on Monday. It's usually cat food. I mean, my thing is like I have to. These little guys, they eat a lot of. Pumpkin right here, pumpkin. Come here, pumpkin. She is so.
She eats a lot. She eats too much.
Well,
She
no,
eats too
she's
much.
terrible. She does so much, and the problem is I can't control her because whatever I leave, if the two boys eat, and then she comes in and she cleans it out after them. So like a vacuum cleaner.
That's the problem with having multiple
Yeah.
animals.
And you
Yeah.
can't just not do that because it's like Sonny doesn't eat, like he eats okay, but and so does Kenji. I mean, reasonably speaking, they eat quite well. But this girl,
Just
And-
don't feed her. Just let her clean up theirs, and
And then
she'll
we
probably
that's
be
have,
what I
fine.
do. That's
and
what
then
I
we
do.
have a cat who
Hey,
thinks
pumpkin,
who thinks
she's right here.
she's a dog.
I only put out 2 portions, and then she
Okay.
comes in and she finished. Yeah, so it's like that's why she's walking around here. Right?
Can I say hi to Auntie Vera?
Yeah, because I used to put out 3 or for the number of cats. That's how many dishes. Not anymore. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She will just she waits and then
Well, then
and then she does a
because
little cleanup with her paws. She does this thing where I mean, talk about a disaster. The cat that does all these messy things, and she tries to cover up food dishes. So she starts doing the stuff around the dish, and if I have any lining, like any paper or anything lying underneath, it's a mess. She makes a mess of everything. Some
Yeah.
animals are just weird.
yeah, we've got a cat that eats dog food and the dog food kibble, and we have dogs that eat cat food. It's food. They don't care.
My grandson's visiting from Athens, and he was in the village with his mates, and they
Yeah.
found this little kitten about maybe 3 months old.
Yeah.
They're very friendly. And he brought him home, or her, I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl. And I said, it's so friendly, it has to belong to somebody because all the strays are very skittish.
Yeah.
You can't get near them. This little
Right,
thing followed
exactly.
them around, lets them pick him up. And anyway, he said, can I keep him here, Granny? Can I keep him here? So I said, okay. We made him a bed outside, not inside, because not house trained or anything like that. So outside with the nice warm blankets and everything to keep him. And in the morning he comes down. He said, Granny, my cat's gone, but there's another one here following me around.
Oh.
But I said, this little kitten's got a crink in his tail. Something's happened to his tail.
Right.
I said, Fano, it's the same cat, but instead of being white and tabby, it was all grey. Somewhere during the night, it had gone into our boiler room and rolled around in whatever the muck there is in there. It was completely grey.
Oh
Thank
my
God.
goodness.
4 days later, it's still getting the stuff off. We tried to wash it, we couldn't get it off.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
So
These
now
little
Thana's
critters.
going tomorrow, and I'm left with a kitten. I've got a
Oh.
kitten.
A dirty kitten.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting cleaner.
Yeah. I hope it's not toxic.
Yes, so do I. That's what I said. Well, I
Yeah,
wiped it all
because
down
that stuff.
with some detergent to try and get the most off, but it didn't seem to have much effect. So
Yeah. Oh my goodness, these little guys. And I'm worried about the outside cats and other creatures right now because it's so cold out there. I mean, in your case, it's like whatever. You know, it's a little cold, but they can deal with it. But anything that's outside right now, I don't know how they're alive. I literally don't understand how they can handle it. 'Cause, you know, especially
Your
if,
microphone seems to be not
can you hear me at
catching.
all? Or-
You have to lean in a little more, I
Yeah.
think,
See if I can get this
or
thing.
pull it towards you.
Right, right. Is it
Yeah.
any better?
I think so.
Yeah.
hi, Charmaine.
Hi, I finally have a working camera, which
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
And
That's
fancy
nice.
earphones.
Nice to
Yeah.
see you.
so
Nice to
it's
see
over here
everybody
and I'm
here.
looking over here. So
It, I hope everybody entered the giveaway that we have that's posted. You know, as much as you can, and if you want to enter the L's giveaway and all the goodies, we have 3 winners coming up in January. So
You're still not being. I can tell that your mic's on, but you're really soft.
want to figure out
I
which
can
side
hear
it's on.
very well.
Can you hear me? Anybody else?
Yeah,
can
but
hear me?
it's like your mic isn't working properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's because I've had some issues with this.
Yeah. If you're right.
Is it coming in and out a little bit or?
Better
Yeah.
now.
Right now you sound great, but
Okay, so if I'm talking like this, we like
yeah,
talking
sorry.
right there. Yeah, I do have problems setting up a microphone with this laptop. I don't know what's happening. I have an external one that I doesn't work. I can't make it work with this. So maybe there
Are
is a
you
problem
using
with
the
this.
internal one?
Right now, it's the internal one on the laptop.
Okay.
But if I plug in, like I have supposedly a nice microphone, I can plug
I
in.
just use, yeah.
It doesn't do any, like when I plug it in, it literally doesn't do anything. It just turns all the sound off and you can't hear anything. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes this stuff is just weird. You would think that it's plug and play. But no, very annoying. But can you hear me sort of here? Like
Yeah.
if I just,
Sort of, yeah.
yeah. You gotta
Sometimes
figure
you're
out
great
where-
and sometimes it's not.
Right, I need to figure out where the mic is, the hole for the microphone. Somewhere around here, no?
I don't know if they all have one anymore.
Well, usually there's like a little pinhole type of thing.
Yeah, mine is on the back of the right side of the
Hmm.
keyboard.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with this thing,
Now
unfortunately.
you sound great right now. Stay
Okay,
right
good.
where
Yeah,
you
because
are.
I'm
No.
close to this thing, but yeah, I will try to like for TagCon. I want to figure out if I can get that finally, if I can get that nice microphone to work, which is just not. I can't make it work. But it's like I bought it. It's like a nice one of those, like tilted. You can tilt it, and But oh well. Oh, Kathleen says she can't. Nothing's working. Kathleen, your mic is off. Your microphone, you need to unmute yourself, and so is Barbara McKeel if you want. I don't know if you guys want to, like, you don't have to.
Mute.
Just tell him, yeah. Because
He says
Kathleen was
nothing's
saying,
working, so
yeah.
yeah.
So I sound like a loose connection. I wish I knew what that sounded like. Yeah.
Well, right now you sound fine.
Yeah, I'm just, look, for TagCon, I really need to get this straightened out, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Which is good, because this is like a test run for any type of stuff. Oh my goodness. And I have my new desk here, which is really good. I mean, I like it. It's just a simple table. It's like, it's wide instead of just a rectangle, so I can, it's much better now.
Well, you need
Good.
space to spread out.
Well, I need
Yeah.
my elbows because before that I really couldn't do anything. It was like a little teeny, in fact, it's out there. I'm using it. I'm gonna use it for like just like a reading table. So
Mhm.
whatever, it's
Yeah,
an extra little
that would be
table.
a good size for a reading table.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so this is good here now, and and I can set out my books. Here we go. I have all the books sitting here if I need to show something, and you know. Incidentally, this is the other thing that I was gonna mention, if you guys can hear me. This, about this edition, right? The nice, beautiful, qualified edition. I'm working on Compete, which is book 2, to go into the special edition mode. And I was gonna have it ready earlier in December, but there's so much stuff I had to do. I've been dealing with things that I didn't have time. And I'm trying to get a chapter to you guys. The next chapter of Dea, which is going to be chapter 3, I believe. I was gonna have it out to like yesterday or but it's like I couldn't get time to finish it because I had to do other things, including we're working to set up a narrator. So that's taken a while. The narrator for Alice, because that whole, the process is complicated. There's a lot of things we have to do behind the scenes. And then, so I'm picking narrators right now. So once that's done, then I can get to more regular stuff, just the regular writing and so on. But so there's lots of things to do, and this thing is coming next. It's going to be Compete, and it's going to be, this is kind of, I don't know if you guys have seen this edition. This is, I chose it to be yellow because the yellow quadrant. Compete is going to be blue. So there's going to be a lot of blue happening in the second book. So working on that next. And in the meantime, we have the giveaway for arrows that's running. You guys can, anybody who wants to enter. In fact, tell your friends, tell anybody you think might be interested that we have that happening. And so good stuff. Three lucky winners.
My do not buy your lamps at Walmart.
I thought it was sunshine.
I was wondering, wait a minute, that can be sun. It's
Oh my God, Harriet,
No.
hi. And Liz, we have our farthest people with
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
it's starting to go down now.
20
It's starting to-
years doing lighting professionally when necessary. And my house won't let me get a decent image.
Oh my goodness. You can see exactly as the it starts to get darker here, so it's just
It's a little better.
That's
It's all
fine.
different.
We can see you, Susan.
Can you see what color the hair is today?
Purple?
Purple?
Oh, that
Oh,
looks
yeah.
good.
Purple. Yep.
Going dark ombre.
Okay.
So it's
Ombre
darker
purple.
and it's
Yeah.
lighter in here. We have to have highlights. You know?
So I'm gonna
Becky Serafina Sorsha. It's Mommy Vera.
kitties.
Which
The
cat
kitties
is
will
that?
come.
Or kitties, the kitties. Oh, and Pumpkin has gone to sleep. She has a choice of chairs now, so she goes around to sit in different chairs. So she's in the chair in the recliner chair now. So
Okay.
she relocated herself.
Raise. And
You can tell who's in his favorite spot.
Is he missing Tyga?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Tiger.
Not as much as we thought. It's kind of, how animals will go hide,
Yeah.
when it's, and I had Thor and Asen in my room.
Yeah.
Because we had Dan's dog, who doesn't get along with our dogs, and we're afraid that our dogs will get hurt, because Christus is a big white German Shepherd,
Yeah.
and I don't think he would have. The only dog I think he would hurt is this one, because this one is a little dog who thinks he's a big dog, and he'll go toe to toe with anything.
I,
But I had Thor and Asen, and David had put Tyga in his room because he was gonna, cuddle with him later, and he went off and did something with Dan, and he came back and he was gone.
Raisin,
Lisa,
Daisy.
yeah, you didn't expect it because he was not.
No, but see, we knew something was wrong with him. Tyga was hit by a motorcycle about 3 months after Doug passed.
Mm.
And he and we thought he was gone, but he made it. He had a broken jaw. So of course, David found out that they weren't taking care of the only dog that Doug had left that he wanted. So of course he became ours. And all he could eat was soft food. It took him about a year for it to heal properly in order for him to eat just about anything.
Yeah.
He was never an active dog. Asen and Thor play ball. They chase each other, and they love to play ball. They love to play with toys. And Tyga was just kind of a loner. I mean, he was just different.
Yeah. Well, maybe he got internal damage from you said there was an accident. Who knows?
I don't. He did suffer from arthritis. He couldn't jump like the other dogs could.
Yeah.
And the vet said that he did have severe arthritis. But he was fat. And now we think that wasn't as much fat as maybe bloat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because even for a little dog that only weighed like 12 pounds, he could hold a lot of water, or release a lot of water, I should say. And
right.
But we kind of think that was maybe his heart. You suggested
Congestive heart failure. Yeah.
Yeah.
David called his friend who used to be a vet, who's now a nurse, and she makes her money exclusively doing those hydration IVs that I think you guys have heard of them. A lot of the sports figures use them.
The hangover IV?
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Uh-huh.
She lives in Utah, and she's got quite the client list. I mean, she's able to, be totally self-employed doing this. So
Wow.
I guess it works.
I guess.
Well, she lives in an area in Utah where the average home is like 1.5 million. Yeah, not a poor area. They live in the mountains. They have deer in their yard constantly. They have deer on their patio, which is kind of cool. And She
Oh,
used
there's
to be a vet.
Mary.
She must be on her way home from work. I hope she has a good drive because she was expected to have some
I
very
know.
bad
I don't know
weather.
what the weather is like in New
Well,
Jersey
she
today.
mentioned, Mary was saying how bad her drive was to
I don't-
there, so
Yeah,
who knows
We
how it
don't,
is
yeah,
now.
we don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was
hopefully
kind
better.
of her long distance thing. When Dan left with the dog, we released the babies. And they did look around the house, but they only looked around the house once and then they were back in my room. And David comes in and steals my dog for various lengths of time. And then my dog tries to get back to me. The other dog, Thor, is constantly by my side. And David doesn't like that either.
Aw.
And so, and we almost had a new one yesterday. The kids were outside with Nala, and this little girl comes up. We're talking four-legged little girl, and she didn't have collar. She was chipped, and so took her in the house, put her on. There's an app called Nextdoor, which is a neighborhood thing.
Yeah.
And they put her on there. Sierra put her on Facebook, and she was found. She was her owners identified her within an hour of her being on Nextdoor, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I thought that Dave thought he was going to get a little girl, but no, she went back where she belonged. We don't need any females. We got one female dog and 2 males, and that's enough.
So
But
how
other
are
than
you
that-
guys? How is everybody else doing? Anything new? Anything? What are you looking forward to in the coming year? Or
Pretty girl. Where's the pretty girl?
I'm looking forward to a
Trying to
baby
get your
girl very
cats to come up
soon.
here.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, you are. Liz, that's right. Another granddaughter coming
Yeah,
very soon.
very soon.
When do
Within
you
the
go
next
over to Athens?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay.
Within the next week, the doctor said so.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Might be a New Year baby.
yeah. Yeah, she's due on the 4th, but she went for a test today, and the doctor said maybe a few days earlier.
Who knows that? Maybe it'll be a New Year baby.
Could be
Yeah.
New Year's
Yeah.
Eve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma was born on December 31st of 1901.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother, they didn't write it down correctly at Ellis Island, so we just celebrated it at January 1st, whatever year she wanted. We think it was 1900.
My grandma and grandpa both were in the 1800s.
Mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, mine,
18 something,
mine
1890,
too.
whatever.
Yeah,
My
mine
goodness.
too.
One of my grandparents, my father's mother, was born later. She was born after 1900. The other three were in. I know. My mother's mother was 1897. Her father was, I'm sure, a couple of years older. My father's father was much older than my father's mother, like 15 years older. They actually knew each other in the little section of Sicily where they lived. The families knew each other, but he came over as a young man, got himself kind of settled, went back, came back again, and then in the meantime, her family had moved. And then I only found this out a couple of years ago. He basically told her he wanted to get married, and I don't even think she was. I don't think she was 18 yet. He took her off, and they got married. Came back and told her mother.
Oops.
See, Kathleen says she has a grandson born on January the 1st. My daughter, let's see, where's the? She goes, and my daughter really tried for 31st. Yes, for
Tax
tax
reason.
reasons.
Yeah, so she could count it.
That's funny.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my younger sister should have been one of the first babies of the 80s. And we were collecting all sorts of things from the papers for, jewelry, gift bags, boxes, you name it. And so we were very disappointed when they took my mum into hospital a couple of days early and she was induced on the 29th of December.
Oh,
So one of the last
My-
babies of the 70s.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know
My
there
nephew
are,
is a deliberate leap day baby. He was due early March 1996, but he was breech and they couldn't turn him. And so the doctor's office told him, well, we're going to bring you then we're going to do a section. Then we're going to bring you into the hospital like a week early because we don't want you to go into labor and have to have it be an emergency C-section. So they're looking at the dates and she's talking to the nurse and she didn't want to deliberately pick February 28th because that was the day our father died. If he was born that day, if that's when he came, that would be one thing. But she wasn't going to pick it for the day. And they could have done it a day or so earlier, except the doctor she wanted to have deliver the baby was not in the hospital that day. He was going to be in on February 29th. And so that's the day he was born.
Huh?
You only get every 4 years a birthday.
I have a niece born on the 29th of February,
Yeah.
1972.
Oh my.
well, the
Wait,
way you're all
baby.
talking, I must have had really young grandparents because grandma was born in 1915
Wow.
Wow.
and grandpa, now this is my dad's mom and dad, and grandpa was 1910, I think.
You must have had young parents too.
Well, yeah,
17, yeah.
mom was
That's really it.
19. Mom was 19 when I was born,
Yeah, that
and
is young.
dad was 21. He turned 22 exactly 2 weeks after I was born.
So yeah.
My parents were really old. My dad was born in 1917.
Wow.
So that's my father. So he's really old. And my mom was in 1932. So it's like between,
Yeah, as I say, my dad was because I'm older than you, Vera, but my dad was born in 32, and my mom
My
in
dad was
33.
born in 33, and mom was born in 36.
Mm. My dad was 19 and my mum was 22. 1919, 1922.
Yeah.
When they got married.
Oh, when they were born.
See,
Oh, in 1919 and 1922.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think mine
Well,
were 2020 or 1922 and 1923. My
yeah, no,
parents.
well, my parents didn't meet until after my father had served during Korea. So I think that was kind of this. I think it might have been the same sort of thing with the other wars. Either you got married very young, before he went off to war, or you waited till they came back, and then you got married then.
Mhm.
Says that we have older parents, or her grandparents, or grandparents, or whatever she's saying. If you're all way younger than me, your grandparents are the ages of my parents.
Yeah, no, my parents were like 24 and 25 when they got married, so they weren't, that young, or they weren't that old either. But
My dad was 42 and my mom was 20 when they got married. No, I'm sorry. He was 42 and she was 18 when they got married.
My goodness.
And
Wow.
she was 20 when she had me. So
Wow.
yeah, there was a little bit of an age difference there.
Wow.
Yeah.
My parents have a 16-year difference. between mom and dad. So I can't
You're fading in and out.
say that the age difference between mom and dad was 16 years.
16 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Big age gap.
I have a
Yeah,
brother who's 16 years older than his wife, and he didn't get married until he was 49.
Yeah. I think that sounds like my dad. I think my dad was married at either 48 or 49, something like that.
Did you have an older half
Yeah, I
sibling?
did go. My dad was married before, so I have
Yeah,
a
that's
half
what I
brother
thought.
who I had.
Yeah.
He's no longer here, so
Yeah,
he's gone, unfortunately.
yeah.
But yeah, my dad, like I said, he was married before, and his first son. So they're weird. Life can be weird.
well, that's
Mm.
true. I mean, there's, my parents were young, and my grandparents were young, which was normal for back then. Mom and dad met.
My mom was the youngest in her family. My grandmother had been married, had
Yeah.
3 boys, and her husband passed away. And the boys were very young, like 5, 6, 7. Literally, they were like 14 months apart. And her mother told her, but then she met my grandfather, and he wanted to marry her. My grandmother wasn't sure, and her mother told her, "Look, you either marry him now while the boys are young and will accept him as a father, or you wait till they're grown." She said, don't try and get married when they're teenagers and they won't listen.
Yeah.
And so then, they got married, and then she had my aunt and my mother was, I think it's like 14 years younger than her oldest brother.
Hmm.
So yeah, she's basically the only one in her generation left. She'll be 93 in February.
Wow.
Mhm.
Still plugging along though. Finally got her to give up her car though.
That's hard.
Very hard.
No, I know when it was grandma's turn, she gave it up before we had to tell her to give it up. But then by that time, she had also moved into an assisted housing apartment. And she wasn't living 12 miles to the nearest town. So that kind of helped her make up her mind.
Yeah.
My mom lives in one of those 55 and older communities. And, it was funny. Several months ago, she's like, I don't know, I forget things. I don't, I'm beginning to wonder, if she's got dementia. And I said, Mom, you get up every morning, you take a shower, you clean yourself, you make your bed, you keep your apartment clean, you feed yourself. I said, you get dressed and you don't look like a bag lady. I said, you're fine. You're old, but you do not have dementia. You forget things, but again, you're old. That's not uncommon.
I forget everything. And
Yeah.
I used to forget everything when I was 30 too. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But yeah, no, she was coming up for her license renewal in February, and I think she was probably going to have to take take the test again, maybe. And she's like, but I need my license for ID. I said, you don't need a license for ID. You go to DMV and you get a non-driver ID.
Yeah.
That's a government issued ID. I said, because that's what we had to have for Catherine, because obviously she was never going to drive, but she needed
Right.
ID. So we just, took her there and got that.
Apparently, sniffing rosemary is good for memory.
Yep, memory. Yep, rosemary's good for memory.
Oh, really?
Rosemary for remembrance. Yes, rosemary for remembrance.
Don't eat it at nighttime or you won't get to sleep.
Really?
It's a stimulant.
Lavender's for nighttime.
Yeah,
Yes.
rosemary is a stimulant.
Okay, so in the morning, sniff it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or let your cats walk over you.
I can use all the help I can get. Vera,
Yeah, it's
you
very
should
good
keep a
for you.
bottle of rosemary near you when you're working and your brain and it's
Oh, I
getting
know,
foggy.
that's a good idea. That
Take a
sounds good.
big sniff of rosemary and
Sounds like.
That's funny. That's actually one of the faves I really don't like. Yeah, that's one of the herbs I don't like all that much.
I don't mind it like
I
on
love
chicken.
rosemary, but too much of it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh,
It's
I
not
love it.
my
I can
top favorite.
chomp on the leaves, raw leaves. I can just eat them. It's
Too
lovely.
too much of it does not agree with me, but I do love. I do.
Too
love
much
the
of
smell
anything
it.
is bad for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. At least it doesn't taste like soap, like cilantro.
Oh, that.
I'm one of the people who love cilantro, so I don't mind it. Like,
No, anytime it tastes salt,
Cilantro is one of those herbs that it either is good or it tastes like soap.
right? Yeah,
I'm in the
it's
soap
genetic.
category.
And
It's
it's
actually in
genetic.
your DNA. You can't
Right.
choose
It's
whether you
genetic.
like it.
It's
Exactly.
genetic.
Yeah,
Now,
I
any
think
dish. I didn't
I
pass
was
it
gonna say,
along to my.
I can actually
She loves
tell
it.
this that it's a little soapy, but I like it. So it's like I don't. It's weird. It's like I don't mind that.
You know, that's just like whether or not you can roll your tongue.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no, any dish calling for cilantro gets Italian parsley instead.
I do the same thing.
I love
I'm the
parsley and
opposite.
basil.
Anything that calls for parsley, I usually put cilantro in.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave for a minute because now I'm home.
Okay.
She's home. She made it home.
Yay. That's important.
Yeah.
Was
And
even on
talking
the
about
news how much
herbs.
snow they had in New York and New Jersey here today.
Yeah.
It was on the news. It was on our news how snowy it was.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh
really?
yeah.
That's what we're having. That's
That's
the
amazing.
storms.
It's amazing that why does Europe care?
I
It's
know.
snowing in New Jersey.
Climate change. Whenever there's any bad weather anywhere, we always get the news.
Yeah. Polly is saying lion's mane is supposed to be great for memory brain fog. I have a friend who started taking it a few months ago, and she says she almost always remembers what she walked into a room for now. Well,
Almost
lion's
always
mane is a
remembers.
good mushroom for like, it's like a meat substitute mushroom. I would love to like find it, but I don't know. I don't think we have them in this area like for buying because
What are
I
they
would love to
called?
cook it and eat it.
What's it called?
Lion's mane mushroom.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever had
It's
that
one of
either.
those exotic mushrooms. It's supposed to taste really good, like something that would be like in Alice, like Sammy would be like completely
Yeah.
going crazy over it, because it's
Yeah.
delicious type of, supposed to be like chicken or whatever.
Yeah.
See what I got here. So, in the meantime, talking about else and yeah, I'm working on the second book, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff to do. It's a lot of research, which some people have asked, what am I researching it? Well, it's a lot of background stuff for it.
Well, you've
And
got to make sure that the past that you have revealed in Survive matches the past, matches the
yes,
present, which is the past in Eos and Dea.
right.
And little snippets, that you revealed are now coming to light.
And they have to be fleshed out. That's the thing, because a lot of the little snippets, they have to be brought into the full picture and they have to be connected. Like it's like a great big new whole. So that's actually harder than just writing something from scratch. So I have to research that, like that time, like things that could be potentially happening at that time. And, it takes a while, but I've already done the thing to, bring the training together for those of you who have been reading this on Patreon and because they're going through pilot training. They're going to be doing that because now that they made the pilots, if you've read else, you know what happens in the end. They've they made it as pilots, so now they have to be training as pilots for the Imperial Pilot Corps, which is, it's the precursor
I'm
of the
gonna
fleet.
okay, I'm going to show everybody what the lion's mane. That's what it looks like.
I've seen it looking different. I've seen it like a big chunk. So I'm not sure if that's
They
like
look
there's
like
like
little.
another.
They look like little bushes.
Huh. Interesting.
Actually, what it looks like to me are icicles.
Right. For some
Yeah,
reason, the ones
looks
that
like
I've seen people cook, they don't look like that. They look like chunks. So I don't know if
Okay,
that's a
and there's some more.
interesting.
Never take anything like this, though, without talking to your doctor, because all supplements
Yeah.
have side effects, and interaction with other medication, it can be potentially fatal or have side effects you're just not expecting.
You're
Well,
right
or
back.
it can, if you take one type of medicine, it can interact to where it either makes this medicine that you really need for whatever reason, it will make that medicine ineffective.
Yeah. And I mean, my policy is the pharmacist knows better than the doctor usually.
Oh,
Because,
I agree wholeheartedly. My brother had an encounter. He's allergic to sulfa, and his doctor, went to the doctor's. Doctor prescribed this medicine because he was complaining about his stomach. So he gave him, prescribed his medicine. And when he took the medicine, he actually felt worse. So he went to the pharmacy and, just happened to, talk to the pharmacist and said, hey, I don't know about this medicine the doctor gave me. And the pharmacist said, wait a minute, came back and said, aren't you allergic to sulfa? And my brother said, yeah. And he said, let me call your doctor. And he said, why? Because this medicine has sulfa in it. No wonder you're sick. Let me get authorization to get you something else. And Tom says, well, don't you think my doctor would know? And the pharmacist just started laughing at him. He said, well, yeah, but they see so many people, whereas we're face to face with you more, and we know what the interactions are.
I mean,
So we got something different and it works.
Pharmacists spend 4 years doing nothing but chemical interactions in the body and with other substances. So they see something and I know some that would think of the structure of, the medication. So it's it's not like with a doctor who thinks in terms of, okay, what are the top, side effects? And what are the main things that we know not to do it? And they go onto a Hippocrates or something and tap it in. It may not look all the way down, except on the black box or, all the different, contraindications. But pharmacists read, oh, they now finally did a study with more than 100,000 people. And this is, um, a little more likely than we thought to have a reaction. So if you have somebody who's really sensitive, because there are some people that no matter what happens, they're going to get side effects or have a bad
Well,
reaction
I
because
know
they're
that
just sensitive.
I know personally when I was in the hospital a couple of years ago, and after everybody found out that I was in the hospital and was not doing well, Mary, in her professional and friend mode, said, "What are they giving you? What kind of medicine are you taking?" So I told the nurse, I said, this friend wants to know what I'm taking. "Well, why does your friend want to know?" I said, "Because my friend is a pharmacist and she wants to know what you're putting into my body." And so, oh, okay. Okay, in that case, I'll tell her. And then Mary goes, "Yep, that one's okay. And yeah, that's typical for what you have," and blah, blah, blah. And I said, "Okay, thank you." And the nurse just kind of looked at me and said, "Oh, okay, so now we know." It's good to have advocates because I didn't know anything. But fortunately, Mary did.
They're near a compounding pharmacy where they can actually put together medication and write to the doctor's order, and sometimes lower levels of things that you have a reaction to. And there's not that many of them.
We compound stuff in the hospital for children. There are some medications that are not available in liquid form, and the children are too small to take a tablet form. So we have formulas and we compound them.
Are you going? Bye-bye.
So is everybody ready for the next chapter on our various installments? We have Amravet Days. I am curious about Golden Harvest, to be honest with you.
Well, that's going to be fun. There's a lot of good things about to happen there, so that's.
And re-meet and meeting. Is it Aiden Kerr? Yeah.
Yes, he's the first speaker
again,
of
meeting him again.
Yes.
Perhaps on a more personal level. We didn't get to know too much about him beforehand. Finding out what their celebration is and what kind of sneaky stuff Asen's got planned. And him and the cat. I mean, I really get tickled at the cat.
Driving him crazy.
We know our author has a lot of experience taming wild
exactly.
cats.
We have inspiration for the crazy cats loose in the house.
Yeah.
One of my friends who has a cat, part of her Christmas message was mentioned something about 3 a.m. zoomies, and it made me laugh.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
Even the dogs get the zoomies. I mean, Asen and Thor get the zoomies all the time, and then Thor was really bad, especially if David's working, and a lot of times he works overnight, so Thor ends up with me, and he'll wake me up and be barking, and I'm like, "What are you barking at?" Nobody's at the door, nobody's coming in, and then I'll look down and there's a ball.
Oh.
And he's barking at me because I'm not paying attention to the fact that there is a ball within, reaching distance, and I'm not playing with the ball with him. So then I have to wake up and throw the ball, and then he'll run after it. And the next time, Asen will join him, and then they'll fight over the ball.
We're looking after Johnny because Patricia and Sam are in Piraeus, so we've got the dog, and he's sleeping in here in the.
Oh.
And the other night he wanted to go out just before my husband went up to bed, so he'd locked the door. He opened the door, let him out, and said, "Let him back in again in a little bit." So I cleaned up the kitchen, tidied up some stuff in the kitchen, and then I forgot about the dog. I didn't lock the door though. The door was closed, but I didn't lock it. In the morning, my husband came downstairs in the morning, and the door is wide open. The dog had opened it himself and didn't close it.
Well, shame on him.
The house was wide open all night.
Well, he was there to bark just in case.
At least it doesn't get too awfully cold.
No. And no nasty people wandering about coming in and taking everything we own.
Well, yeah, I mean, luckily this time of year, probably you know everybody on the island, so if they
Well, if
did it,
anybody tried to come in, Johnny would have barked anyway, so
yes,
that's one
yes.
consolation.
Okay, since it's
Smart
now
dog.
Yeah.
the end of our chat, I will do our random.
We have a random drawing to win a
We
copy
have a
of
random drawing. We have
a
13
lovely copy of
participants.
this. There
We
you
have
go.
13 participants. Oh, got to pick a different number. That one didn't work. The random number was Vera. If anybody was wondering why I had to pick
That's
another
not
one.
gonna work right.
Not very well, no.
Okay, the random number will be Barbara McKeel.
Oh, congratulations.
Barbara.
Barbara,
Thank you.
how are you? Honey, you've got
got
your
a microphone
You may
off.
want to
you're
unmute
muted.
yourself.
You need to take your mute off.
Yeah,
You
you
need
have
to
your
put your
mute
voice on.
button.
Your audio. You have to put your audio
I,
on.
I thought
There,
I had it unmuted,
there you
and
are.
You
And
did,
now
and
you're
then
unmuted.
first time I
Okay.
did,
congratulations.
Congratulations, Barbara.
Congratulations. Yes.
I need you to send me,
So you can get this.
and I would prefer you to do it through Discord, a DM in Discord. Do you know how to do that?
well, I've got it, but I'm not real sure about it. I'm the old lady in the group.
Maybe, maybe,
So,
maybe you could DM her first and she could reply to you.
That's right. Yeah, you DM her and then we can get her information.
yeah, I've got the
But I
Discord,
will need your, I've got your name, of
Or
course.
you can email. You can email to what's our public email?
you can text me. You can text me too.
Well,
I don't know if
you'd have
got-
to give me your phone number for that, dear.
Right.
Okay, well, that's no problem. And I'm living in
Okay.
East Tennessee, so
Oh, you're in.
we're
Oh, all right. That's fine. That's fine.
Now, where do you live? What state
Tennessee.
are you in?
East Tennessee.
Okay, that's fine.
East
Yeah.
Tennessee.
In the foothills of the Smoky Mountains.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, you're in Dollyland.
We're south of Dollyland.
So
Yeah,
I
Okay.
it's about an
international
hour.
shipping. Thank you, Lord.
It's about 2 hours to
No,
Dollywood from here.
I mean, you guys internationally, but it's a nightmare getting things sent. And people like Harriet, no, I think we tried to send things to Harriet in South Africa.
Uh-huh.
Oh Lord, that thing is horrible. Their
Okay.
postal service is just like a mess. So,
I got to
Okay.
the point where I said, don't send me anything.
but the thing is, when you did win, like you won some stuff before. Well, I forget, was it TagCon before? But basically,
Oh,
it's
it
just
was
like,
the first
and then
one. It was the
Jules,
first
when I
one.
said in the UK, right, we sent stuff, and it's always like something is off. Like, I think, especially now with the tariffs, it's like sending things internationally is just scary. You don't know.
Okay. Barbara, did you
Uh-huh.
did you get the link from Discord?
Did you send me one?
Okay, when you got the link to join, did you do it through the email and the newsletter, or did you do it
Yeah,
through Discord?
I think I did. Yeah. Hey,
Okay,
I got up this morning. I did
Well, you know
good.
what, Barbara? If you have my newsletter, you can reply to that and just send your information.
Okay, yeah, I've sent you an email
Yeah,
before, so.
just send your mailing address back, and that's how we can get it. So it's like,
Okay, I thank you very much. I have been meaning to order those, but
well, now
money
you
gets
don't have
right.
to. Right, you came up today, and you got this.
Okay,
Well, I've
now
got
Barbara, Kathleen, who cannot be vocal because her microphone's not working, is
Uh-huh.
kind of saying she's wondering if she's not older than you are.
I don't know. I'm 82.
Okay. Well, you're older than me.
Well, you are all just
Older
to
than
say that
me.
everybody's young and old because YA audiences are all not YA. This is a surprise, and I didn't know this myself, but there are studies saying that YA, which is supposed to be young adult books, like they qualify the Hunger Games, Diver, mostly they are read by people over 40 and up. So, so they're, it's, I don't know who the YA people are reading like smut.
Well,
Okay.
I keep
Barbara,
recommending.
Kathleen
Like
responded
all
that
the
you
YA
are
read by older
definitely.
people and all the like the people who are intended to be YA, they're reading the really, really smutty stuff.
I know. I love the books. I just, of course, I read all the Harry Potter books before I gave them to my
Exactly,
grandkids.
exactly. If you,
well, you get to
anybody
be
over 40 is going to be reading YA and these types of
you
books.
you get
That's
to
good.
be
We're
you
good.
get to be a certain age and you can read
Yeah.
for fun again. And
Yeah.
these books are just they're
And
fun.
Yeah.
and
And
it's
you can
perfectly
enjoy it.
within the normal populations, which they did a study, Publishers Weekly or some other, they ran studies on what is the actual demographic who reads YA and books like qualify and all these,
Uh,
and it's not who you think. So now we know.
I can't seem to get
You're
any
all
of my
normal. We're all normal here.
I can't seem to get any of my family interested in reading them. And I keep saying, you got to read these books. And they like sci-fi and they like,
Well, if
and
they like, tell them if they like the Hunger Games movie and the stuff that's a good way to kind of get them started.
well, since my husband died, my daughter lives with me and uh, she just reads sci-fi. But she reads Star Trek. Oh Lord, does she read Star Trek?
Well, there
So
you go. That should work.
She should try. She should
Yeah.
try qualify and just see what she
Yeah,
thinks.
just try it. And the worst that can happen is she reads a couple of chapters and it's not for her. That's okay.
that's what I told her. I said, just read a little bit of it. It's on my Kindles, so she'd get
Yeah.
one of my Kindles and
There you
read it.
go.
And it's great. I got it. I was hooked first chapter.
First page.
I'm glad. I'm really, really glad. And like I said, for the longest time, I was saying, why can't I get kids to read these books? Like, people who are supposed to be this age, but nope, it's for us. It's not
Well,
for
you
kids.
I got some kids the right age to read the books.
Okay, but it's like a miracle, amazing.
And they loved them.
Amazing.
They loved them. And they told their friends, but they're in Australia, so I don't know how it's progressing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
But
had one grandson that started reading them,
it's good.
and he works night shift at FedEx at the big FedEx hub in Memphis. So
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
and and then he's going to school for
Wow.
he wants to be, what is it? I don't an actuary.
Oh, there's good
Oh,
money in that.
Oh,
And
goodness.
yay.
there is good money in that.
It's not a
Well,
real popular thing, but
well,
No,
the
but
nice
they need, but insurance companies and other companies really need actuaries.
yeah.
They figure out what'll work and what won't work.
Oh, I
well,
just
he
see
loves math.
Desiree saying, you may be the baby here at 36.
Well, he loves math,
Yes,
so
you are.
he's really into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which is good. I'm like, you're leaning towards the suggested age.
Anyone
he's
who
got
understands statistics, I appreciate, but it's not me.
well, he said this one class is kicking his butt, so I don't know. Usually he doesn't have a problem with any of it though.
Yeah.
So, but he's my son's second son. I can't get anybody else. I've got 13 grandchildren,
Wow.
Wow.
and I got 7, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 great grandchildren.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, I know. To be young again and do everything, that would be so nice. If I knew what I knew now.
Yeah, none of us, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just wish I had the old man with me still. You know, that's tough. When you've been married almost 58 years,
That's
it's tough.
amazing.
So
Mhm.
anyway, thank you very much. I am
You're
going to
very
be
welcome, and I'll get this out to you in this coming week. I just need to like wrap it up and put a little few goodies. Oh, question for you, Barbara. What is your quadrant? Have you ever taken the quiz? Because you get a
well,
little thing.
I took the test a while back and I came up yellow.
Okay, so
And I
if you're
think
yellow, that's fine. You'll get a little thing that's yellow with your thing.
okay. Well, I
I
took it
always
again
ask
and it was
whenever people
blue.
win. I ask you what if you take the test and give me the quadrant, because then you get your quadrant appropriate goodies.
Well, you know, I read after I take it the first time, unfortunately, I can swing it to whatever color I want it to be the next time.
There you go. But you
Well,
told me yellow,
you
so
watch
that's what you're getting.
you just watch the questions. You know who does what, and and you
Yeah,
just
you can
stick
figure it
with it.
out, kind of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's weird.
Well, that's good. So
Thank
you'll
you,
be
and I
getting
will
your
send
thingy.
you. I will
So,
send you my address
yeah,
and my
Barbara,
phone number
send,
that way.
you can reply to the newsletter and so that we can get that out to you.
Uh-huh.
And
Reply
I do encourage
your
you to join
email. I mean,
Discord.
not your email, your mailing address, so that we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can give it to you here. I don't mind. I
Well,
live in this
Well,
little thing.
this is being
I'm going
recorded,
to
so
ask
you
you
don't
not
want to
to,
do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
as long as we are,
it's
okay.
it's not just the 13 of us.
Well, okay, must understand that we are recording this.
Right.
Now,
You
when
don't
I
want to
go
do that.
off recording,
Uh-huh.
which I'm just about to do, you feel free to do that. But until I say it's not recorded, I want to protect your privacy.
Yeah, just to be private. You don't want to post your information.
Which comes
Well, I get
to
all
we are
I
at
made
that
I get
point.
junk mail. I get more junk mail than I do regular mail. So
Well, we don't want to add to it.
Yeah, we don't want
Speaking of
to
that,
add to
we are
your
going
mail.
to.
I get all the I don't know, all there must be a lot of money in Medicare. Do you ever notice the Medicare calls you get along about October, November, and first
Oh,
part
Oh
of
yes.
yes.
December?
Oh yes.
And so
They
there's
And
start
somebody
telling
to
you
be
to
making
call
money.
numbers and pick a plan. And
And
I
somebody's
don't
got to be
answer
making
any of
money out
those.
oh my goodness.
there.
with that, I'm going to stop recording. At this point,
Okay.
I'm going to thank everybody who came. And we look forward to seeing everyone once there should be a newsletter coming out.
That's right. And before you start recording, I want to mention that again. This is the qualified deluxe edition, but Compete will be out soon. So deluxe edition of Compete is coming.
Ooh.
And just
Oh, and
remember that you'll be hearing about it very soon. So,
I
Check
am
your
really glad.
yeah.
check your emails soon. There will be an email coming from Ticket Leap, or it could say TagCon 2026, either one.
Right.
With the dedicated Discord server for that convention. Our regular
right.
tag Discord server is for all the time.
Mhm.
The permanent one, right?
We will post a link once in a while, but it is not dedicated since anyone can join. So, with that in
Yeah.
mind, I again want to thank everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, this was fun. It really was.
Good to see you all.
First Zoom meeting.
Yes.